All right, hello everybody. Peter here once again, as usual. A little exclusive video for you guys. I hope you won't mind too much if I do a little bit of drawing for you with this new pen I bought, as featured in the last video. I got it in at a pen con, of course, and of course I need to get my money's worth from it. And a lot of people do use these pens in a sketchier fashion. And I don't usually do things too sketchy. I'm very often caught up in being very precise and careful. Even when I do things that I call sketchy, it's actually not that sketchy. So I'm going to see what I can do here. I think it's pretty crazy that I made a video a while ago. It's probably one of my videos that's been doing kind of well lately. It's titled "Unboxing a $150 Pen," right? And in that video I acted like $150 was a ludicrous amount of money to spend on a pen, and then just weeks later I went and bought this pen for $275. What was going through my head? What was I thinking? I have no idea. I think I really was just caught up in the moment and the magic of that pen show. I'm not sure. Who knows what was going on? The pen really is good for scribbling, though. It really is good for scribbling. There are some differences between these pens, though. Those ones that are like $150 that I got from that company, that website to review, and this pen. First of all, those pens were brand new. I'm going to turn the paper. Is that okay? Since it's not spread up, I think turning the paper will do some wonders here. I don't mind turning it. First of all, those pens were brand new, $150, and this pen is almost 100 years old and is $275. I wonder how much this was brand new. I just don't know. I mean, I should do some research maybe. It's hard for me to speed up. It's really hard for me to speed up. I mean, I shouldn't force myself to do things I don't want to do. I'll go at it like I want to go at it. But yeah, this pen is, I think, obviously way more appealing to me than those quote-unquote designer pens or whatever those were that I reviewed in that one video, from the Matsuali pens those didn't really appeal to me. I mean, I still have them around here somewhere. I think they're in here. Like this pen. These two pens, I mean, they're cool, and they look fancy, right? Excuse me, sorry, I've been drinking some coffee. But this pen doesn't look maybe as cool, but this one has like a nice flexible golden nib here, and I don't know, it's just better in almost every way. It is. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Okay, it's fine. I'm just scribbling. Make kind of a spherical, kind of like, you know how fish and some animals kind of lay, maybe frogs, amphibians. I like how frogs lay those little piles of eggs. I think fish might do that also. I like those. That's inspiring to me. Not like, oh, I'm so inspired, but as far as finding shapes and things to replicate in my drawings, piles of amphibian and fish eggs, I think, definitely reappear in my drawings sometimes. They do. What was crazy for me to find out at the pen show is just how expensive some of these pens can get. I was, of course, I mean, people had mentioned this to me already, but it was difficult to find what I considered a reasonably priced pen. Before, I was, it's so often that I would, tell people that Rotrings were expensive pens, because they were $20 or $30 each. But there's a whole world of incredibly expensive pens out there. Even this one at $275 is still really not. It's just the tip of the iceberg. It's crazy. People really get into it. I mean, I don't really see myself spending this much on a pen again in the near future. I hope not. I hope I can show some self-restraint. But I mean, now that I have this one, right, I should be good for at least a few more days. Hopefully a few more years. This one, this one, if it's lasted almost 100 years already, it should last a few hundred years more. If everything goes according to plan. Not that I have a plan, but if things keep going the way they have been going, I mean. So there's kind of a thing here. It's kind of, let's kind of make it swoop off this way. This pen is good for quickly drawing. The Rotrings aren't as good for quickly drawing because the tip feels a little bit too fragile. I do like that about it compared to the Rotrings. So I would say the Rotrings are still my go-to pen at this moment. Also, it's good for scribbling in and darkening in black areas like this. The only downside is sometimes if you're scribbling it in like this, the paper gets a little bit moist and soggy right there, and it might get into like a little thread of paper gets right there in the tip. You got to pull it back out, otherwise it starts drawing weirder lines. But yeah, there's just like a whole world of pens out there that I still don't know anything about, and I'm scared to know. I'm scared to find out how much I don't know, to be honest. It's crazy. Anyways, hope you're all doing well today. Thank you all for being members of Peter's Doodle Club, of course. As always, I'm open to ideas and feedback about what will make Peter's Doodle Club continue to be worthwhile for you. Just want to thank you all for being here. Is this a good sound for you guys? You can hear the pen scribbling away. I just got in. The sun has just gone down. It goes down so late these days. It's 9:30. I think it goes down around 8 or between 8 and 9 o'clock it goes down. And I've been outside, been reading, drinking some coffee. Still have more coffee right here. I read slowly at that rate. I've been reading Player Piano by Kurt Vonnegut. I've been reading a lot of Kurt Vonnegut books lately. They're just very, I don't know, I like them. I like the tone. I like the feeling of them. I bought some volumes of Shakespeare recently. I never really liked those in school, maybe because people made me read them, maybe because I struggled through the format, like having to say the format of the play format. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? But I think I might like to try it again, because first of all, Shakespeare has just left such a lasting impact on us. There's so many things people say day-to-day life that started out as Shakespeare quotes that have been, I don't know, a little bit bastardized lately, or sometimes we quote Shakespeare all the time without even realizing it, I think. I just like to maybe try to dip into that a little bit, so maybe I'll start reading some Shakespeare. If you have any, if you've read any Shakespeare and you have any favorites or any recommendations of where I should start, feel free to let me know. I think I have all of them. I bought some compendiums, some veritable tomes, if you will. Where are they? I took them into the book room already. Are all my drawings look the same? One day I'll figure out how to not make all my drawings look the same. I will. I'll figure it out. Let's draw an arrow right there. I want to draw another arrow right here. I do like arrows. I still remember sometimes I've drawn drawings comprised. Is that even a word? Comprised? That are consist entirely of arrows. Drawing quickly like this is a great way to get your ideas down on the paper without... Sometimes if you take too long doing the details, you lose your momentum. And by the time you finish up the detail in one little part, you lose what you were trying to do. I mean, I don't really, know what I was trying to do in the first place here, but it's all right. It just feels great. It does feel a little bit scratchy, but it's like a very good scratchy. I love the sound too. I do love the sound. I just love scribbling back and forth like this. Scribble, scribble, scribble. I think technically it's made to be drawn back like this, but this one works fine pushing it forward like that too. It might work not quite as well if you had a slightly rougher paper. With these fountain pens, the paper does seem to make a little bit of a difference. I have drawn successfully with this on watercolor paper, but it didn't work quite as well. All the bumpy roughness. I could tell it just didn't feel quite as at home, I'm just still in awe I spent this much on a pen, but I don't regret it. I just don't know what was going through my head. We'll see. I'm going to give this one away on this post, and also this one I drew in the previous video. We'll give these two drawings away. Do a little random raffle. I think there is one or two people who are still waiting on drawings from me because I sent them a message a long time ago, and they don't check their messages very often, which is fine. I'm not blaming it on you. And then they finally sent me their address, and then I moved, and so I got to finish unpacking, and then find the thing I have to send to you. I will send it to you. I'm mostly on top of everything, but if you're not, but feel free to send me a message if you think I've forgotten you, and I apologize in advance. So here we have, I think I've rotated this so much I don't remember how it was when I started. I think it was maybe like this. But I kind of like it more like this now. I've been embracing facial structure. Like this is more, kind of looks like an eyeball. It looks kind of like a brain, maybe could I put another eye somewhere? I mean, it would be kind of like back here somewhere, right? I don't know. You can't really mess it up, but you can. I don't know. It's okay. I like telling myself that. It's okay. Whisper it reassuringly to myself. It's good. Now I've just realized this drawing is looking a whole lot like this drawing as far as how careful and stylistic I'm being. And I tried to be messier, but I didn't really get that much messier. So maybe I should abandon that idea, and maybe in another drawing in the future, just go back to being very neat and careful with it. Just go back to being me. Because, it really comes down to it. Who else can I be? Besides that. Not that I completely know who I am, but for some reason it's easier to figure out who you're not than who you are. Sometimes, and it's just trial and error. On occasion. Don't mind if I do. I'm trying to figure out how long I've been recording for. Oops. Sorry, I hope this has been under the camera most of the time. I'm new to this. Sorry. New YouTuber, new video recorder. Sometimes I'm in the middle of a drawing and I look at the drawing and I think, what can I do to make this a good drawing? To make this different, to make this life-changing, to make this drawing change the world, which is usually a very, very frustrating thing to ask yourself because that's putting a lot of weight on your shoulders. It's better to just draw and enjoy it, I think. I mean, it's not like that's a bad thing to ask, but it's rare, I think, that something will just pop into your head and you'll suddenly realize how to suddenly make the most momentous and life-changing drawing ever. But it's good, it's good to cast the line in case something bites. Hope this sound isn't too annoying to anyone. Different sounds annoy different people. Some sounds, same with smells, and sights. I like how different everybody is. Some people love the smell of gasoline at the gas station. Other people, it makes totally nauseous. I'm okay with gasoline. I like smell of gasoline. Excuse me. It dries pretty quick on this paper. A lot of people use other types of paper, like the rodeo. I have a pad of rodeo paper where they're very smooth. The ink just sits on top of it, stays wet forever like little puddles of ink. This is just cardstock that I've cut into squares. I don't know any calligraphy. See, this is for whoever wins it. Drawing for you, Peter. I kind of like this should be SCH, but somehow my signature is turned into like S. Signatures don't really make any sense. It's fine. For you. And then whoever wins, I'll put their name right here. That's a good touch, I think. From. Oh, it's supposed to be from, but I spelled it wrong. Well, you'll all at least. I remember. It'll be an inside joke. I remember one time I tried to write a letter to my sister. I don't remember what the contents of the letter were. I tried to write a letter to my sister, but I tried to make it seem like it was from my mom. I wrote it like, Dear Amy, something, 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 from mommy. I was a little kid. But apparently old habits die hard, and I misspelled it form mommy. And I was like, look, Amy, you got a letter from mom. I don't know. I mean, we're all in the same house and everything. Anyways, but my sister, she said, no, it's not from mom. I was like, how do you know? She's like, it says form, not from Peter. So that mistake has been following me my whole life, and maybe it'll just be something that keeps hanging over my head forever and ever. It's just one of those things. It's kind of messy. Kind of. Not too much. Just enough, maybe? This could be a little darker. We make things darker, it makes other things pop into the foreground a little bit. Like you can like kind of draw the same thing, come back to it, do it slower, and I'm not sure if it would be better or worse, you know. Yeah, all right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for being a member on Patreon here. And I'll see you again soon. Good to have you all. Have a good day. Have a good life. And so on and so forth. I'm going to go finish my coffee and stuff. Okay, bye.